Merhaba, Gordon Guitars, everybody out there, welcome to this channel. And we have Wish Week going on here. And yeah, I'm not Arabic speaking at all, so that was just a bad attempt to start in Arabic. Yeah, anyway, this is a song wished by you. Anna Grakanlieva or something like that. You wished a song from Saint Levant. It's called On This Land with Soul Band. What a great, powerful song. And speaking of message, this song really has that. So thank you, Anna, for being here on this channel. I try to do my best here to give you this Arabic vibes explained on a guitar. So let's go into this song. And as you can see, Cape on fourth, absolute best scenario with that. We have a couple of chords to go over first, and then we have a lot of melodies going on here. I'm going to show you each and every part, but first, the setup and the chords. So let's start with A minor first. A minor goes open A, second D, second G, first B, and open E. We have G next. That will be third E, second A, open D, open G, third B, and third E. We have E minor, and that will be open E, second A, second D, open G, open B, and open E. F coming up, that's a bar chord, so place the index finger on the first fret like this. Push all you can, all strings, and then you need to add third on A, third D, and second G. Then we have the D minor, and that goes open D, second G, third B, and first E. And finally, we have the E chord. And that will be open E, second A, second D, first G, open B, and open E. Alright, so there we have all the tools to handle this song when it comes to chords. And of course, all the melodies later will be based upon these chords as well. So let's start with the intro. We have just a string pattern goes on there in the beginning. So we're going to learn that. Grab the first chord, A minor. Okay. And the string pattern goes like this. Okay. So you have one down first, a short pause, and then comes up, clap, down, up. So down, pause, up, clap, down, up. Down, up, clap, down, up. And a couple of rounds. All right. So the first half goes like this: A minor 2, E minor 2, F2, and E2. E. F. And E. Okay, so A minor, E minor, F, and E, 2 string rounds per chord. The second half will be A minor 2, G1, E minor 1, F1, D minor 1, and E1 plus 1 extra down. And after that down, you have a short pause before the next part starts. And this is the intro we'll play now. So A minor 2, G, E minor, F, D minor, E, down, and pause. And that's your intro. All right. So we move on here to the actual song. The first verse starts at 39 seconds in. Now we're gonna go into the picking pattern world. So pick some simple single notes, and we're gonna start with the A minor part. Okay, it goes like this. So I suggest you hold the second fret D string and G string there, and then you're gonna add on the first B. This is obviously an A minor chord, okay? So you're gonna play open A and second D to start with. And then you have a rolling motion. This is not your absolute beginner-friendly part of the song. It goes. So you roll down the second G, and then open B, first B, and back to open B, and back to second G. So a rolling motion like. And what I do here, I don't pick every note that I'm playing. I use the hammer on and pull off technique, okay? So I pick the second G, and I'll pick also the open B. And then I use my index finger to hammer on the first B and also pull out, okay? So I don't pick these two notes. I hammer on and pull off to get these two notes, just using my index finger here. And then of course I have to pick the second G back. So slowly it goes like this. Okay, and then we have the ending here of A minor, which is the, again, first fret B string. I pick that one, and then I pull off to get the open B, and then I pick the second G. So that is the A minor in total. Slowly goes like this. Okay, and then into next chord, that's the F. It goes like this. So I'm playing the first fret E string, third A, second G, then third A again, and back to first E. And then I play that part, and that is open G to second G. And again, I play that with a hammer-on technique on the second G. So I pick the open, and then I hammer on to get the second. All right? That's the F part. Then you go back and play A minor again in the same way. And then you come back to F now, just a shorter version of it. You're gonna play just the start, the first three notes. It's the first fret E string, third A, and second G. And then you finish off this with the E minor part. It goes like this. Okay, so you're gonna play open E string, then second A, then second D, then third D, and I hammer on that third D. So I play, and then I pick the open G, and back to second A. Okay, so that is kind of an intro in the verse, okay, if that makes sense. This is the only time you're gonna play this part, and you're gonna do it exactly like we learned so far. Now we're gonna go into a new part of this verse still, because it's a pretty long one, based upon similar chords. So now you're gonna play A minor like this. Okay, so you're gonna play open A 2 times. And then you pick 3 strings together. It's the second G, second D, second G, and open B. And then you play second fret G string. And that's the A minor part, so slowly. Then comes the F part. You play like this. So what you do here is to play 3 strings again together. It's the third fret D string, second G, and first B. And then open B. That's the F part. And then you have the D minor part. You play 5th fret A string together with third D. You play them simultaneously, so. And a pause. That's the first round. Then you're gonna play in total of actually 4 rounds here. This is the first round. Second round is played exactly in the same way when it comes to the A minor and the F part. So again. And then you come to the D minor. You play still this 5th fret A string together with the third D. But then you add on this single note, and that is the open G string. And then you go back again a 3rd time and play A minor and F in the same way. And then you play D minor, just the 5th A and 3rd D together, and a pause. That's the third round. And the fourth round has a different ending. You're going to play again the A minor and F in the same way. So that just follows us for all these 4 rounds. So. And then instead of playing the D minor, you go now into the E chord and play. That is the open E string in the bass to get with first G. And then you play them simultaneously, and then you play open B. All right, so there you have the melody. So just to summarize this big verse so far, we had the first round, which we played A minor, F, and then A minor, F, and E minor. It sounds like this. Okay, you play that once, and then you go into the 4 rounds of A minor, F, and D minor for the first 3 rounds, and A minor, F, and E in the 4th round. First and third round was played in the same way with A minor, F, and D minor. The second round you had just this added note of open G string on the D minor, and then the 4th round you play A minor, F in the same way, of course, and you end with this E part. All right, that will take us to the final stages of this verse. Still, we're now about 1 minute and 7 seconds in, and this is where you're gonna play the D minor and the E. You're just gonna alternate these 2 chords for 4 rounds, and I suggest you have a basic strumming pattern of this. Okay, so if you grab the first chord D minor, you're gonna play 2 times on the bass string, and then 1 down on the high string, and the pause. So it's basically 3 downs in total. So bass, bass, top, and then you shift to E, bass, bass, top, and that is 1 round. You play it for 4 rounds. So 1. This is the second round. And you do that for 4 rounds. But in between there, you can also, if you want, add on extra to it. As long as you switch chords in the right timing, that will be very nice. But you can also do it a little bit extra. Like I did in the introduction of the tutorial, I played something like this. The final time you come to the E there on the 4th round, you just hit 1 down and a big pause, and that pause builds up for the next part of the song. All right, so we are now at the bridge part where they play this soul band, I believe, and it's about 1 minute and 26 seconds in, and this is a little bit challenging when it comes to the tempo. It goes pretty fast there. This is a typical Arabic instrument and style. So what it's based on is the A minor chord, okay? And we have 2 different parts here. The first part is like this. And the second part is. Okay, so a little bit different, okay? First part, you're gonna play second D, second G, open B, first B, open B, and second G, okay? You go down like on a pyramid and back up again. And then comes the second part of this, still for a first half, and it goes. So you're gonna play second G and third B. Repeat that again, so second G and third B. And then second G, first B, open B, and second G. And that's the first part of this melody. So slowly it goes like this. Okay, and what I suggest to hold is this 2nd fret D string and 2nd fret G. That is like a base for this melody. Okay, that is the first part. The second part is similar, so you're gonna play like this. Okay, so you start pretty much in the same way. 2nd D string, 2nd G, open B, 1st B, back to open B, and 2nd G. So far it's the same, and then the ending is a little different. You're gonna play 2nd G, 3rd B, and you repeat that for 4 times. So 2nd G, 3rd B, 2nd G, 3rd B, 2nd G, 3rd B, 2nd G, 3rd B. And then you play the open high E string, and then 1st B, open B, and 2nd G. All right, so slowly. Okay, so there you have the different parts. Now, what you're gonna play is this part 1 and part 2, and then I'm just gonna mention in which order you're gonna play everything. You're going to continue then with part 1, and again part 2, and then you stay with part 2 for another 2 times. So total of playing here from 1 minute and 26 seconds in is part 1, part 2, part 1, part 2, part 2, part 2. All right. If you think this is a little bit too challenging with the strumming, the picking pattern, you can go into strumming instead. And what you're going to do there is to play the same strumming pattern we learned in the intro of the song, the down, up, clap, down, up. This. You just stay on the A minor for 16 rounds. That will cover all of these parts and melodies. All right, so 2 choices there, and then we hit the final stages of this song. We're now about 1 minute and 51 seconds in, and what you're gonna play now is strumming. And you're gonna play first E minor 2, F1, and E minor 2. You play that part for 2 times, so. E minor. 2 times of that, and then you continue with E minor 2, F5, and E minor 1. So after the E minor 2, F1, and E minor 2 for 2 times, you play E minor 2, F5, E minor 1, and then you finish off with F2, E minor 1, E minor 2, F3, and 1 down on A minor. And once you play that 1 down A minor, guess what? You finish the song On This Land from Saint Levant. What a powerful, strong, wonderful song actually. So Anna, I haven't heard this before. Thanks to you, I've heard now. I learned it also, and I hope you can do the same there when it comes to this song. Not the typical beginner song, but you can start with chords and learn the strumming, and you come from a big huge part of this is actually chords and strumming, so you can come along with just that part, but then of course you need to handle some single notes. Good luck with this one. I hope to see you soon. Until next time, play tuned.